Aloha! I'm the MadCatster. Am I glad to see you here? Well, have I got some scalding hot tea for you today? And it's about SSSniperwolf, and no, it's not about the recent controversy about her content. It's much better. So, you know me, I've got the deets, I've got all the receipts. So buckle up and let's go. Well, I'm here with Sybil the Enforcer, and Cedric is also here. Cedric is being rambunctious, and Sybil is in a very good mood because she got her injections yesterday at the vet, and she's feeling no pain today, so she's incredibly happy. Sybil says, please like and subscribe. We're getting close to that 20,000 mark. I need you guys to help me push it over the top. Let me tell you what I found out. You've probably heard people have been talking about SSSniperwolf, and there have been accusations made and allegations made that she allegedly steals her content and she doesn't put in much of an effort. And I saw one video that Oompaville had put out where he showed that she actually wasn't watching the videos when she was giving some of the commentary, and you could see like a Google Doc in her glasses. So he surmised that she was adding the video to that reaction content after the fact. Really bizarre stuff. But that's not what we're here to talk about today. No, no, no. We're here to talk about what I found when I went digging just to see if I could find anything unique or a different legal angle about some of the stuff that's been going on with her. And I was able to obtain copies of two pending legal matters involving SSSniperwolf and Sausage that shed quite a bit of light on the realities of SSniperwolf's channel, SSniperwolf, and SSniperwolf and her relationship with Sausage, which is probably not what you think it is. So let's get started. So SSniperwolf, just for a brief background, she was born in England and came over here with her parents, and she allegedly had started out initially with a channel called Sexy Sniper. She's tried her hardest to erase it from social media. She's denied on several occasions that that was even her channel, and actually that's going to come into play in one of the lawsuits we're going to talk about, and basically tried to distance herself from her past up until when she became SSniperwolf. So allegedly the SSSnipewolf comes from that Sexy Sniper channel. But the origin story of that channel is not what it might appear to be. We know she got into a relationship with a man who is known as Sausage on YouTube. His real name is Evan Young, and SSniperwolf, whose real name is Alia Shelesh, and she goes by Leah most of the time. They met and got involved and had some ups and downs, and then finally it all kind of culminated in them splitting for good. The first legal matter we're going to talk about before we get to the really juicy lawsuit is what I discovered about Sausage and SSniperwolf. So it turns out that they are not, or were not, boyfriend and girlfriend. They were not partners. They were not dating. They were married. Yep, they were actually married. Everything I've looked at does not ever say that they got married. So I don't know, maybe it's out there somewhere that I didn't find. In the lawsuit is where I got tipped off to the fact that they were married, because in the lawsuit it said they're still married. And I went, what? Well, when I was looking at the juicy lawsuit that we're going to get to in a minute, I discovered a little tidbit where it says that they are married, not were, are. So they apparently are not boyfriend and girlfriend. They were actually husband and wife. And to verify it, I went to the family court and I looked up, and sure enough, there's an active divorce case between Evan Young and Alia Shelesh. And you can see down below here where it says that a petition was filed for divorce, and they say that it is a non-covenant marriage. And at first I was like, what the heck is that? But apparently in Arizona, that's what most marriages are. It just means that either party can file for divorce without there having to be fault on either side. So in other words, a no-fault divorce. So that's still going on. Now, back to the lawsuit that tipped me off. Apparently, things have turned nasty in this divorce, and now Evan Young, aka Sausage, is suing Alia Shelesh, aka SSSniperwolf. And he's making a lot of claims that answer a lot of questions, I think, that people have had that we've never really gotten complete answers on. And let me tell you, hell hath no fury like a partner scorned, because he has spilled all the details from the very beginning to the present. And he is going after her because he is saying that he was equally responsible for the starting of her channel. All of their ventures fall under a company called Channel Red LLC. They're both members of the LLC, so presumably they're partners in the LLC. I'll put up the lawsuit now so that you can see exactly the dirt that's being spilled here. So this is a Superior Court case. It's a civil case. It's filed in Maricopa County in Arizona, where both of the parties reside. And it's between Evan Young, aka Sausage, an individual, Channel Red LLC, which is their LLC, and it's against Alia Shelesh, aka Sniperwolf, and then there's John Doe's and entities that are as of yet unknown, and I'm assuming it's probably people that work with Sniperwolf that he suspects are in collusion with her on whatever he's alleging here. And I'm going to skip the preliminaries. We're just going to get to, this is where all the dirt comes out, is the general allegations. Normally I would only read you like bits of what's being said, but there is so much juicy information, and basically the complaint lays it out in chronological order from the start of their relationship to the messy end and all of the dirty allegations in between. I'll try to, go as quickly as I can, but it's important that you hear all of the things he's saying. Okay, so this is what Sausage has to say. In or about 2010, Young and Shelesh first met online while playing the video game Metal Gear Online. During this time frame, in or about 2010, Young and Shelesh exchanged cellular text messages briefly, but otherwise largely ceased communication after a short period of time. In or about 2011, Shelesh began a YouTube channel under the moniker Sexy Sniper. So Evan Young, aka Sausage, is confirming here that, yep, and I mean, we all knew that that was her original channel, but he's confirming here, yep, that's what she had started back in 2011. And it says Shelesh's Sexy Sniper YouTube channel had a largely negative reputation and was infamous for posting lewd and crass content, which is probably why she's trying to erase it from the face of the earth and she doesn't want to be associated with it. Shelesh's Sexy Sniper YouTube channel was not affiliated with or otherwise related to the future Sniperwolf YouTube channel referenced herein. And like what I was saying, Sniperwolf has always tried to distance herself from it. She's denied it on several occasions. And so that kind of feeds into his allegations. Since both Young and Shelesh have taken measures to ensure that the Sexy Sniper YouTube channel could not be connected to the Sniperwolf YouTube channel. Moreover, Shelesh has made an explicit record that Sexy Sniper is not a derivation or otherwise connected to the Sniperwolf moniker or Sniperwolf YouTube channel, which is what we were just talking about. In or about December 2012, Young and Shelesh reconnected through text message and began regularly exchanging correspondence and communications. In or about January 2013, Young approached Shelesh with an offer to engage in a new joint venture. Sausage is saying he approached Sniperwolf, proposing that they do something together. And says the aforementioned joint venture involved creating a new YouTube channel under the moniker Sniperwolf. The concept behind the Sniperwolf YouTube channel was that Young would play video games such as Call of Duty and or Metal Gear Rising, Revengeance, and record his gameplay. Young would then prepare a script for each recording for Shelesh to read on camera while acting as though she was playing the recorded video footage. So he's saying it was all fake, that she wasn't actually playing the games. He was doing the gameplay and she was just providing the commentary, which, in my opinion, to be honest, I can kind of see because of what Oompa was saying about how she was recording her reactions and then having the video footage added in during editing for her reaction videos. So I can see this. Young made it clear to Shelesh that the Sniperwolf YouTube channel needed to be completely independent and separate from Shelesh's prior Sexy Sniper YouTube channel due to the serious negative reputation Shelesh had cultivated through the content on her Sexy Sniper YouTube channel, and also because the content was going to be entirely different and distinct. In or about January 2013, Shelesh agreed to Young's proposal to create the Sniperwolf YouTube channel. On or about January 19, 2013, Young created and or otherwise established the Sniperwolf YouTube channel. So he's saying this was all his idea. To establish the Sniperwolf YouTube channel, Young utilized a mixture of Young's and Shelesh's biographical information, including but not limited to Shelesh's first name, birthday, and gender, and Young's last name and contact information. So they made up basically a fictional person. At the time of creating the Sniperwolf YouTube channel, Young and Shelesh agreed to split any revenue from the Sniperwolf YouTube channel equally. While Shelesh was the face of the Sniperwolf YouTube channel, Young is and was at all times heavily involved in the creative content and operations of the Sniperwolf YouTube channel, including but not limited to concept, origination and development, script writing, directing, video editing, posting finished videos to the channel, and market research and analysis, among other things. So basically, he's saying he did all the grunt work, and she was the face that marketed the brand. He goes on to say, most notably, the gameplay footage depicted on the Sniperwolf YouTube channel was played and recorded by Young, while Shelesh merely read and reacted to the gameplay according to those certain concepts and scripts prepared by Young. Again, he's saying it was all fake, folks. And she's denied that, but I know these allegations have been made before. Although the Sniperwolf YouTube channel has since shifted to focus on content other than gameplay footage, Young still plays a pivotal role in the operation of the Sniperwolf YouTube channel through directing, filming, content gathering, overall strategy and direction, and marketing, among other things. Within months of its creation, the Sniperwolf YouTube channel began to attract a significant following, and to date has over 33 million subscribers on YouTube. My God, 33 million. That's more than twice what the Ace family has. It's like, boggles my mind. Young's involvement and efforts contributed significantly to the initial as well as the ongoing and continued success of the Sniperwolf YouTube channel. Within 2 weeks of establishing the Sniperwolf YouTube channel, Young entered into an agreement with Fullscreen Inc., aka Fullscreen, for ad revenue generated on the Sniperwolf YouTube channel. Young and Shelesh agreed to, and in fact did share the revenue from the 2013 Fullscreen agreement equally. Young and Shelesh received the first payment from Fullscreen in connection with the operation of the Sniperwolf YouTube channel in or about March 2013. All payments from Fullscreen were sent directly to Young's, so Sausage's, PayPal account, and then split evenly between Sausage and Sniperwolf. Young moved to the state of Arizona in or about May 2013 in order to be closer to Shelesh, who already resided in the state of Arizona at that time, to further facilitate both their romantic and business relationship. Young and Shelesh married in or about May 2013, so they've been married for 10 years. On or about May 29, 2014, Young and Shelesh created an additional YouTube channel under the moniker Mr. Sausage Boy. The Mr. Sausage Boy YouTube channel is created in order to depict Young's personal channel separate and distinct from the content posted on the Sniperwolf YouTube channel. Young and Shelesh agreed to, and in fact did, split all profits arising out of the operation and business of the Mr. Sausage Boy YouTube channel, just as they had done with the Sniperwolf YouTube channel. And I'm presuming that's one of the reasons they created the LLC is because, now they've had multiple enterprises going and they want to kind of push everything under the LLC for tax reasons. And so what he's basically saying is, even with this new venture, which was more focused on him as the image versus Sniperwolf that was focused on her as the image, they were still splitting everything 50-50. So he's basically saying all of this was a joint enterprise. And it says that on or about June 4th, 2014, Young and Shelesh also created another YouTube channel under the moniker Little Leah. The Little Leah YouTube channel was created in order to cater to a female-centric audience by and through posting of content related to makeup, designer goods, shopping, and fashion. Young was involved in the operation and success of the Little Leah YouTube channel by and through, among other things, purchasing fashion inventory, directing and filming videos, and coordinating marketing efforts, among other things. Young and Shelesh agreed to, and in fact did, split all profits arising out of the operation business of the Little Leah YouTube channel. So again, here's a third channel, and again, they're splitting everything. Collectively, the Sniperwolf YouTube channel, Mr. Sausage Boy YouTube channel, and the Little Leah YouTube channel will hereinafter be referred to as the prior channels. Both Young and Shelesh retain equal control and joint decision-making involving the prior channels. Profits from the business and operation of the prior channels went into the joint banking account of Young and Shelesh. On or about June 10, 2014, Shelesh entered into a revised agreement with Fullscreen for ad revenue generated on the Sniperwolf YouTube channel. Young and Shelesh agreed to, and in fact did, share the revenue from the revised 2014 Fullscreen agreement equally. On or about October 20, 2016, Shelesh entered into an agreement with Google for ad revenue generated on the Sniperwolf YouTube channel. So they monetized the Sniperwolf channel. Young and Shelesh agreed to, and in fact did, share the revenue from the 2016 Google agreement equally. So again, everything is still being done. It's 50-50. On or about February 8th, 2017, Young and Shelesh jointly formed Channel Red. So this is when they incorporate the LLC. Because now they've got these 3 channels going, money's coming in, so they form an LLC. And it says both Young and Shelesh were listed as managers and members of the limited liability company. And he says that pursuant to the articles of organization of Channel Red, Young was designed as a statutory agent of Channel Red, and he currently still is. As of the date of filing of this complaint, both Young and Shelesh remain listed as managers and members of Channel Red, which is true. As of the date of the filing of this complaint, Young remains a statutory agent of Channel Red, which is true. In organizing and or otherwise establishing Channel Red, Young and Shelesh entered into a verbal operating agreement, and people, I've said this before, always get it in writing. Don't just agree to something verbally. Always put it in writing. They entered into a verbal operating agreement whereby each of them owned 50% of the membership interest in Channel Red and agreed to split all profits arising from the business and operations of Channel Red equally. Pursuant to the terms of the operating agreement, Young and Shelesh were to maintain equal access to all associated YouTube channels, as well as joint decision-making regarding the business and operations of Channel Red during but not limited to creating and posting content, as well as entering into potential business opportunities. So again, everything's still 50-50. Following the creation of Channel Red, Young and Shelesh jointly as a married couple enjoyed significant success relating to the business and operation of the Sniperwolf YouTube channel, including but not limited to engaging in numerous sponsorship and brand deals and receiving prestigious awards such as the Nickelodeon Kids' Choice Award for Favorite Gamer in 2019 and 2020. And if Sausage is to be believed, the gaming part was him. So, but the award went to her because she was the face of Sniperwolf. Upon information and belief, from the time of the formation of Channel Red in 2017 until in or about September 2022, all revenues from Channel Red were deposited into Young and Shelesh's joint bank account with Channel Red and were equally shared between Young and Shelesh pursuant to the terms of the operating agreement. So still, he's saying up until September 22, everything is still 50-50. It all falls under the umbrella of the LLC, which they each have a 50% interest in. In or about September 2022, Young and Shelesh separated and or otherwise terminated their romantic relationship, so a year ago. Following termination of the romantic relationship, Shelesh began actively taking steps to lock Young out of their business relationship conducted through Channel Red. Following termination of the romantic relationship, Shelesh unilaterally conspired with Channel Red's brand manager, Kevin Gold, to seek and enter into business arrangements and or brand deals with certain companies, including but not limited to G Fuel, LLC, without disclosing the details of said arrangements to Young. So now she's going off, since their marriage has clearly come to an end, she's decided she's going to continue to be Sniperwolf, and now she's going to basically push him out. Young explicitly made clear to Shelesh that these unilateral brand deals could potentially negatively impact Channel Red due to pending litigation surrounding the termination of the romantic relationship, and I'm assuming he's talking about the divorce. Shelesh retained all profits from these unilateral brand deals, including but not limited to those with G Fuel, in separate bank accounts, including but not limited to that certain bank account with blank bank account, and I've redacted all this, without distributing any portion of the profits to Young through Channel Red or otherwise. So now she's got her own account, and she's keeping all the money that's being generated from the Sniperwolf brand. Additionally, on or about September 12, 2022, Shelesh unilaterally created the YouTube channels Sniperwolf Top Videos, Sniperwolf Espanol, Sniperwolf Arabic, and Sniperwolf Francais, collectively the subsequent channels. The subsequent channels post compilations and or translations of existing Sniperwolf YouTube channel videos, and therefore are clear derivations of the existing Sniperwolf YouTube channel content owned and operated by Channel Red. So he's saying that she's basically reposting with translation a lot of the earlier content from the Sniperwolf channel, and therefore what he's alleging here is any content she's making money from that she's done this with is content that she owes him half of the proceeds for. And he says the subsequent channels have, as of the date of this filing, which was at the end of August, accumulated over 100 million views and accrued over $1.2 million in estimated revenue. So that's from September 2022 till August 2023. Despite Young and Shelesh still being married and joint owners of Channel Red, Shelesh unilaterally created the subsequent channels for the express purpose of diverting income from the Sniperwolf YouTube channel content once the dissolution of the marriage was finalized. And although from what I see, it's not totally final because the matter still appears as pending. So I don't know, maybe they've come up with a settlement agreement. Young, as an equal and 50% member and manager of Channel Red, expressly objected to the creation of the subsequent channels on the grounds that the subsequent channels stood to potentially divert and or otherwise detract viewers from the Sniperwolf YouTube channel, thereby causing damage to Channel Red and Young. Nevertheless, Shelesh unilaterally created and continues to maintain the subsequent channels despite the direct and express objection from Young as an equal and 50% member and manager of Channel Red. To date, Shelesh continues to unilaterally operate the subsequent channels to the detriment of Channel Red and Young. To date, Shelesh has provided no accounting or other financial information relating to the subsequent channels to Young. And to date, Young has received no portion of the profits or revenues from the subsequent channels through Channel Red or otherwise. To date, Shelesh has refused to provide Young with access or information relating to the subsequent channel. In or about September 2022, Shelesh locked Young out of Channel Red's Instagram social media account, which Young had previously utilized to help grow Channel Red's social media following and presence. And, you know, that's kind of a no-no there. I mean, they're not even divorced, and this was last year she's doing this. To date, Young remains locked out of Channel Red's Instagram social media account. On or about September 27, 2022, without knowledge or prior authorization from Young, Shelesh took from the jointly owned residence on and redacted certain hard drives and phones belonging to Channel Red and or Young, collectively the devices. The devices contain sensitive company and or corporate data associated with Channel Red and its operations, including but not limited to significant evidence of Young's involvement in the business and operations of the Sniperwolf YouTube channel. So they're equal partners in the company, so she has no right to just lock him out and take everything. Sounds like something Catherine McBroom would do. What he's saying is that the hard drive and the devices she took potentially has information that supports his case. And I'm sure what he's afraid of is she's going to destroy that evidence because she wants to claim the brand all for her own, even though it was, according to him, a 50-50 enterprise all the way up till the end of their marriage. And he says, upon Shelesh's unauthorized taking and subsequent withholding of the devices, Young changed the password and login credentials to the Sniperwolf YouTube channel out of fear that Shelesh would upload, delete, or otherwise modify content on the Sniperwolf YouTube channel, which could directly impact and harm Channel Red and Young. Young has since provided Shelesh with the necessary login credentials to access the Sniperwolf YouTube channel. And he says, despite repeated demand from Young, Shelesh initially refused to return the devices unless Young took extreme unnecessary measures, such as agreeing to execute a non-disclosure agreement. Okay, so they're married. So the reason she wants a non-disclosure agreement is she doesn't want him to tell people that she's a fake, basically, or about any of the crap that she's done. And that's my guess, in my opinion, of why she wanted him to sign this non-disclosure. It's just, the whole thing is gross, but divorce is never a pretty thing. In or about March 2023, Shelesh finally agreed to, and in fact did, return the devices to Young. He doesn't say whether anything was tampered with, but presumably not, or I think he would have mentioned it. On or about October 20th, 2022, Young filed a petition for dissolution of non-covenant marriage without children in Maricopa County Superior Court. And again, non-covenant marriage is just what they call most marriages in Arizona. It just means that either party can file without any reason for divorce. As of the date of filing of this complaint, the dissolution proceedings remain ongoing. As of the date of filing this complaint, Shelesh and Young remain married. And then, I'm not going to read all the counts because they repeat a lot of the same information, but I'll just name the counts so you know what he's suing on. He's suing for breach of fiduciary duty. He's suing for breach of contract. He's suing for breach of implied covenant of good faith and fair dealing, which is standard. He's suing for tortious interference with contractual relations and business expectancy. And this is because she has now gone off and excluded him from new brand deals that she's making. And he's saying that she's tortiously interfering with the relations that the company is supposed to have in making these deals. And she's basically excluding the company and excluding Sausage from all of this. And she's now trying to commandeer all of the revenue for herself. And he's saying that she can't do that. Count 5 is for conversion, which means that she's inappropriately taken money for herself. Presumably what he means is his percentage of whatever she's made since their marriage broke up that she's kept from him. And count 6, accounting. So basically, as it said in the complaint, he wants a full accounting of what she's done on her own since the marriage broke up. And he wants to know what she's bringing in. Because, of course, based on this lawsuit, he believes he's entitled to half of whatever she's made using this identity that they both created. And count 7 is appointment of receiver. So now what he's asking the court to do is to appoint a receiver. And a receiver is somebody who basically would take control of the company assets and like the brand deals and all of that. And a neutral third party, usually appointed by the court, who will oversee all the financial transactions. And that way they ensure that neither of the two parties is having any funny business with the company financials. And they usually have to report to the court, like what's going on, what's coming in, what's going out, etc. And so he's saying here, of course, he's asking for judgment, and he wants court to appoint a receiver for Channel Red, that he wants judgment entered in favor of him for all of his claims that he's made here. And he wants judgment for Channel Red on the tortious interference and expectancy claims, and he wants revenue, including damages and punitive damages, in an amount to be determined at trial, awarded to the Channel Red LLC. He also wants an accounting of Channel Red. He wants an award of attorney's fees and costs, award of pre- and post-judgment interest. These are all standard things. An award of reasonable attorney fees and costs incurred in enforcement of any potential judgment that he might get. So if he gets a judgment and she doesn't follow it, he wants to recoup any costs he may incur, including attorney's fees, to go after her to enforce the agreement. And so there you have it, all the dirty laundry between Sausage and Sniperwolf being put out for the public to see. So let me know what you think down below. I stumbled on this because I was doing some digging to see if I could put any new perspective or a new spin on the allegations that have been circulating around lately about her content, and instead came up with this whopper that basically lays out the dirty laundry between the two of them, and also subsequently pointed me toward the fact that they've got a pending divorce. And like I showed you, everything that I see doesn't refer to them as being married. So it's like apparently this big secret that they've been trying to keep all these years. Well, it's out of the bag. The cat's out of the bag now. So we all know they're married and they're going through a divorce, and we all know it's not a very pretty divorce because of what Sausage is alleging in his civil lawsuit against her that he filed last month. And it'll be interesting to see. This is going to be a muddy one, my friends, I'm pretty sure. I don't know whether she'll comment on it publicly. She seems to be wanting to keep everything locked up and boxed up and not to disclose anything to the public because she's trying to protect the Sniperwolf brand, which apparently, according to Sausage, is not even really her brand. It's their brand. I don't know. Let me know what you think. Where do you think this is going to end up? You heard it here first, I presume. If you didn't, let me know. But I think you've heard it here first. So again, tell me down below what you think. Thank you guys so much for all of your support. I really appreciate it. Thank you to our Patreon patrons. Thank you so much for your monthly support. Help me pay for the cat's medical bills. Thank you so much to our channel members. Your support also helps to support these guys. And everyone who has sent us stuff from Amazon, thank you, thank you. I hope you guys are having a good September. I hope you guys are taking care of yourselves. Please love one another. Don't be a sniper wolf. Please take care of yourselves, and I will see you in the next one.
Pretty please. Subscribe, like, and hit the bell. I get a treat for every new sub. Thank you.